Hi everyone, so the March of the Goblins event is live. We have been trying it out last night a little bit and I was trying to hunt those goblins and see what's up with them. Turns out the event is not really all that crazy, I gotta say. But for those people that really like hunting those goblins, I can give you some tips. So there's also some hotfixes coming that Blizzard has mentioned because some of these goblins are not dropping 925 loot all the time when they should, especially the high level goblins. So right now, what I hear people are doing is they farm nightmare dungeons between 41 and 46 tier, so that the goblins drop exactly 925 bags, and 2 high-level goblins drop lower-level items. So that's kind of the bug right now. But that should be fixed very soon, and other than that, if you want to hunt down those goblins, here is what you do. So the best way that I've found to farm those goblins is through those extra shrine nightmare dungeons. I try to go out and, for example, do Whispers and Helltide, and you do find some goblins there, here and there, but ultimately extra shrines is really where it's at. So if you want to hunt down those goblins, it can be pretty valuable, especially if you have a very fast build that has like insane area clear. So what you do is you try to craft a bunch of these sigils. For my experience, it's like maybe something like a 1 in 8, 1 in 10 or so. So it can be quite costly, but you can also salvage the other leftover sigils and then try to craft more. But every time you find those extra shrines, there can be greed shrines. And those greed shrines can spawn these goblins. And in particular, you can sometimes have multiple shrines close to each other. And some of these shrines can be cursed shrines. So what you want to do is you want to try to find a greed shrine and then kill as many monsters as possible, because every time you do that, there will be more goblins spawning. So every like 20 or 30 kills or so, you get an extra goblin. And if you kill like, 100 monsters or 200 monsters or so during the duration of this greed shrine, you can actually spawn like 10 goblins at once or so. It can get pretty wild, as long as you have good area clear and there's many monsters around, especially on a cursed shrine. So you can see this in action here right now. This was not really the best build to do this with, but here I found a greed shrine. And then as you kill enemies, it will spawn these goblins. So depending on how many kills you get, I think there might also be some extra counter for elites, for example. But here the goblin pops out. You can even just try to like leave the loot behind and just keep running, try to find more monsters immediately to get more goblins. Because if you actually spawn like multiple of those from like a single greed shrine, that can be relatively valuable. They drop a lot of these boss materials and, well, they have these extra loot bags now. So they give you like a guaranteed legendary, and then usually like a sigil, some boss materials, and then this loot bag that gives you another guaranteed legendary and a bunch of yellows and stuff like that. There can also be like legendary loot bags that actually have multiple legendaries. So you could actually potentially get a lot of legendaries from those goblins, especially once those loot bags are fixed, which I expect to happen sometime later today. So maybe by the time that you watch this video, this will already be done, and we're gonna get those 925 items from the goblins. It also sounds like there is a chance that Blizzard is gonna ramp up the spawn rates of either green shrines or the goblins themselves as well. So we'll see if something happens there, because I did not really find a lot more extra goblins. I did find a few like double goblin spawns in a dungeon here and there, but the random spawns, they just seem like kind of rare. So I would not really try to run random dungeons and hope for the best. I think the only real way to get a lot of goblins is the greed shrines here. And the good thing is with those extra shrine sigils, you can sometimes even get multiple greed shrines. So I found 2. I'm not sure if 3 is possible, but you can definitely have 2 greed shrines in the same dungeon. You definitely don't want to overlap those. I tried this out as well. I had like 2 greed shrines right next to each other, and I clicked both, but it seemed like there was no extra benefit there, and I just kind of like overrode the duration of it, and that was it. Because usually at the end of the greed shrine, there's also an extra goblin popping out at the end. So you want to try to not accidentally override that. But yeah, this is the tip I can give you for now if you really want to hunt down those goblins. And let's see if there's going to be like some adjustments. Maybe they're going to be made better. And I'll keep you guys updated. There's also more stuff in this anniversary event. If you want to read up more on this, there's the link down in the description. You can go check this out. The anniversary event also has the Mother's Blessing buff that gives you extra XP and gold from monster kills. Unfortunately not for the Whispers, but it is something. And there's also some free cosmetics that you can claim from the shop until June 20. So there's like a bunch of weapon transmogs, a mount, and I think some armor as well. So kind of cool stuff there. So if you want to check out more about this, then go find the link there. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this little update here. Wish you good luck with the goblin hunt, and see you guys next time.